Dream Car Update presents another unbelievable 2026 story of karma, justice, and a homeowner who refused to be bullied by a power-hungry HOA Karen. Today's story is called, "A HOA Karen Cut My Lock to Snatch My Jeep, Didn't Know It Belonged to a Police Task Force." Let's begin. I live in a quiet Arizona neighborhood where most people mind their own business, except for one person, Denise Mallory, the self-appointed queen of the HOA. She wasn't just the president, she acted like she owned every patch of grass, every mailbox, every sidewalk, and apparently, every vehicle that entered the subdivision. If you breathed the wrong way, she had a problem with it. My name is Tyler. I work for a multi-agency task force that investigates vehicle trafficking, illegal chop shops, and interstate smuggling. Because of that, I had access to undercover vehicles, including a black 2026 Jeep Recon EV that was currently assigned to me for an operation. The Jeep looked like a regular civilian off-road model, but it was fitted with encrypted communication, hidden cameras, GPS trackers, and a few features not available to the public. The Jeep wasn't loud. It wasn't blocking anything. It wasn't violating any rule. But to someone like Karen, it was a threat to her imaginary power. One Friday morning, after a long 16-hour shift working a sting operation, I parked the Jeep in my driveway, put a heavy-duty lock on the gate, and went inside to sleep. By the time my head hit the pillow, I was out cold. 4 hours later, I woke up to banging on my door like a SWAT team. I stumbled downstairs, opened the door, and there she was, HOA Karen herself, hands on hips, sunglasses so big they covered half her face, and a stack of papers in her hand like she was serving me at court. She shouted before I could even speak. "Your vehicle is not approved for community aesthetics. The color is not authorized, the tires are oversized, and it violates HOA Article 4 Section 3 about non-standard modifications." I blinked slowly. "Denise, it's a standard Jeep. And it's electric. That doesn't matter. It still violates rules. I've given you a citation notice. The fine is $275 per day until the vehicle is removed." I tried to stay calm. "Denise, I've lived here for 2 years. You've never had a problem with my vehicles. That's because they were normal." She snapped. "This one looks suspicious. It makes the neighborhood look unsafe." Suspicious. Unsafe. She had no idea how ironic that was. I said, "Look, I'm too tired for this. The Jeep stays. It's legally registered, legal to park, and legally mine." "Wrong answer." Her face twisted like she'd bitten into a lemon. "We'll see about that," she hissed, then stormed off. I went back inside, locked my door, and went to sleep. But the peace didn't last long. Around 2 p.m., I woke to the sound of metal grinding. I jumped up, ran to my window, and my jaw dropped. Denise, the HOA vice president, and 2 hired tow truck guys were standing outside my gate. The padlock I put on the gate was cut open, lying on the ground. The Jeep was halfway hooked onto a tow truck. I bolted outside. "What the hell are you doing?" Denise yelled, "Removing your illegal vehicle. It doesn't belong in this neighborhood." I said, "That is a federal task force vehicle. You've just tampered with government property." One of the tow truck guys froze. "Wait, what?" Denise barked at him, "Keep going. It's not a government vehicle. He's bluffing." I pulled out my ID badge. "Step away from the Jeep. Now." The tow truck guys immediately unhooked it and backed away quick. Denise did not. She marched up to me, shoved a stack of HOA violation papers into my chest, and shouted, "You don't scare me. I run this neighborhood. We have authority here. This vehicle is ugly, disruptive, and makes us look like we're living next to criminals." I said, "Denise, cutting my lock is vandalism. Touching the Jeep is tampering with government property. And ordering a tow without authorization is trespassing." She smirked. Oh please. What are you gonna do? Call the cops? I didn't have to. Because at that exact moment, two black SUVs rolled into the neighborhood. And they weren't just any SUVs. They were my task force supervisors. Turns out the Jeep's security system had alerted our office when the gate lock was cut and someone attempted to tow it. The vehicle automatically sent a tamper alert and location ping to headquarters. They stepped out, badges visible. Agent Brooks, we received a tamper alert. Is everything under control? Denise's face turned ghost white. Agent? She whispered. I nodded. Yes, sir. HOA attempted to seize the vehicle. My supervisors turned to Denise. Ma'am, did you authorize tampering with federal property? Denise stuttered, I'm the HOA president. I have authority over vehicles in the community. The lead supervisor stepped closer. You have zero authority over federal vehicles. Cutting a lock and attempting to tow a government asset is a felony. We need your ID immediately. She nearly fainted. Felony. Wait, I didn't know. I thought. I didn't think. It's just a Jeep. It's not just a Jeep, he said. You're coming with us for questioning. She didn't get arrested on the spot, but she was escorted to the SUV while yelling, crying, and begging not to be taken to prison. The neighbors peeked through their blinds like it was a reality TV episode. People came outside. Phones were recording. It was a scene. They didn't handcuff her, but they made it extremely clear that she had committed a serious